Australia, except for this young man. He's from Chattanooga, Tennessee, as we said before. Please don't hold that against him, please. We've been in your great country for a couple of years now, and we've relocated to Atlanta, Georgia. And since we've been here, God has had us on a crazy roller coaster ride of a journey. Honestly, it's been an amazing time of stepping out in faith and seeing what happens when you get on your knees and say, God, we need you to provide for us. There have been so many times, and it's weird, God chooses to provide for us mainly through transportation, through our bus breaking down everywhere in America, from Maine to Kansas to Texas to Tennessee, wherever we are. When we have problems with our bus, God chooses to use that to show us that He cares for us and that He's a God of the individual. It was just last week or 2 weeks ago, we were stopped at a gas station in Kansas. We got everyone back on the bus and ready to go. We put the gear shift into drive and it started rolling backwards. It's usually not a good thing. I don't know much about cars, but that's not a good thing. It's 3 in the morning and we just start freaking out. You know, Mike and some of the other guys start Googling, trying to figure out, are there any places nearby that can tow us, all that kind of stuff. And then AJ just thinks, you know what, we've been through this so many times, we're just going to pray. You know, we're just going to ask God to turn up because I don't know what else is going to happen. We just need someone to come and help us that knows something about cars. So he starts praying, starts kind of circling the bus praying. Then someone turns up at the gas station, at the pump. AJ runs to them, and like they were a high school friend, you know. Just, hey, how you doing? Yeah, you're apparently the one. He said, look, this is a shot in the dark, but we're stuck here. We don't know much about cars. Do you know anything about? We drive a big Ford. You've probably seen it out there. Do you know anything about them? He said, well, I used to work at a Ford dealership in the transmission section. I can probably give you a hand. And so before we knew it, he was under the bus yelling instructions. He manually fixed the whole drive thing. And I mean, isn't that a crazy story? We're 80 miles out of, you know, where were we going? Which Kansas prairie land here, folks. And so, I mean, God chose to bless us that time by, I mean, what a specific prayer request. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I get a little bit wussy in my prayer life. I think, God's not going to care about that. Or there's no point in praying like that. But that is such a defeatist attitude that the devil really wants us to believe that God doesn't care. Because that is just, it's so completely untrue. We need to make God our all. And that's what this next song is about. It's called You're All I Need. And it's a beautiful song about, if we get that one thing right, I think everything else will make sense in life. People become so frustrated in life because they forget why they're here. They're here to glorify their Maker. That's exactly why we're here. And if we get that wrong, then I think life becomes confusing and frustrating. So we hope you enjoy this song. We hope it ministers over you. This is called You're All I Need.